What's up, YouTube gang? It's your girl Lulu, and I am back with another video. So I know I be gone, I be here and there and there everywhere, but I just had a lot going on, okay? And you know, this is about to be a little different, of course, because this is a vlog. So I'm going to be explaining today about a process that I've been going through and working on. And yeah, let's get right into it. So as many of my followers and clients may know, I've been working towards nursing school, and in the process we got to take a test called the HESI. So today I'm coming to give my feedback off the testing, how it went, my process, everything, along with how I did it being a business owner and being a mom, everything, just all this balance that I had going on. But let's get right into it. So I took my test last week. I'm gonna go right into my school required 5 sections: anatomy, math, reading comprehension, grammar, and vocabulary. And then there was critical thinking, learning styles, and personality profile. With that, they wanted 75% overall and 60 in each subsection. I did get an 88 overall, and let me pull it up on my phone real quick. I got a 92% in math, a 90% in reading comprehension, a 84 in grammar, a 90 in vocabulary, and an 84 in anatomy and physiology. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys the things that I use. I'm gonna mention everything that I did use throughout my whole process. Of course I could have did better, but literally I maybe really was able to hone in on studying for maybe 2-3 weeks. That's really the preparation time I had to really focus. I did graduate back in December, and during that time I did take anatomy 2 and microbiology, so I did have that to really lean on with my knowledge. Please, when you're going through anatomy, please focus to really learn and not just try to memorize. Really learn the systems, really deep dive and learn everything. It'll really help you when you're trying to apply to these schools. And for one lucky person, I'm going to be reaching out to you to send you my HESI material. So if you're going to be taking your HESI sometime this year, go ahead, comment below, and then I'll choose from there, and I'm going to send all of these study materials that I'm showing you guys now. Let's start off with this book that I purchased from Amazon. I'm gonna say with this book, really, the vocabulary section, no, did not help me. It was just, the words were just crazy. Some of the words I was just well, what the heck is this? Is this really gonna be on cacophony? Is that really gonna be on the test? I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say all the words, but as I was going through it, I was just oh my God, what is this? No. Austere. What is that? I don't know what austere is. Truthfully, I did not know what that word was. So, I mean, it does go through and it does give in-depth explanations. So I did like that for the math section. And I did use Mometrics on YouTube. Definitely Mometrics on YouTube is one of the gems I was going to drop. So this book was okay. I wouldn't say it'll be a top tier for learning. This I purchased on Amazon first. I really like it. It just was it's the basics. It dumbed it down. It gives you the basic fundamentals, what you need to know, your Roman numerals, conversion from military time, how to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius. It just gives you all the basics that you would need to know for doing this. And especially with vocabulary, these words were on the test. It explains to you the grammar, reading comprehension. I do recommend this, but a major key for the test was this book. Like, I really, really love this book. Like, I really went through this book and I was like highlighting, you know, what I would think would be important, you know, just like the basics, you know, and what I need to know. But definitely the vocab section, any word I didn't know, I definitely went through and tried to, you know, really, really like put it to something that a word I already know. So if I didn't know like a meaning of something like precipituous, that definitely popped up on my test. But what I did was I remembered the example that they gave. So, and I kind of have photographic memory, which is kind of a plus for me, but I definitely tried to remember what I tried to relate it to the examples that they gave me. But also with the math section, the reading comprehension section, and the grammar section, definitely was a plus for the test. Definitely was a plus for the test. They give you the end of, like, once you're done, they'll give you practice along the way with certain ones, and then they give HESI hints too. Be sure to pay attention to those HESI hints because that really helps. They do give the answers after every section, so you could, you know, see how you did. But that was a plus for using that. That book really helped. Also on YouTube, I did learn about the app. I forgot what they call it, but it's called Nursing School. It's this app here. I forgot what they called it previously, but that app really helped. And then I'm gonna link below some Quizlets that I use to practice. And there was one in particular where I was on a plane and I just, like, my whole plane ride, I literally like read the whole like Quizlet, and that Quizlet was a gem. It was gold, because it really went into every section and it really, you know, like refreshed my memory or updated me and broke down some things that I probably had trouble with, and really gave me insight for that. So that definitely was a plus. And then I did get up early in the morning, because kind of the day before something big, I have trouble sleeping. So I did get up that morning and like I just glanced. I did not try to like force myself to retain information or anything. I definitely just glanced over the information, and yeah, I got what I got on the test. It is February, so I will not know if I am accepted into school until May. So with God, I will get accepted. I'm gonna speak faith over that. But also, when I did sit down, YouTube. On YouTube, let me show y'all. Nurse Shay on YouTube is a GOAT. She really got me through learning a lot of this stuff. Nurse Shay on YouTube, you'll see that. And then see it right there. Nurse Shay. She has every section. And she is a GOAT. Definitely use that app, use Quizlet, use the books, use everything. Give yourself time to study, put yourself on a schedule, especially if you're not coming right out of school, going back into it. I think I kind of had a little grace because I, you know, was fresh out of school. So I just needed to brush up on some things with that. But math, child, I had to print this out. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And thank you, God, for smart boyfriends, because he definitely helped me with this. Definitely with, okay, that one looks a little ugly, so I'm gonna show y'all this process. Hopefully y'all can see it. Going from inches to miles. Definitely know, you know, how to get there. The pieces to break down. You know, I'll probably screenshot this for you guys because I know it looks backwards on the camera. But definitely go into this. And specifically, like with anatomy, I did get questions regarding the type of bone, so like spongy bone, compact bone, the joints, the fibrous joints, cartilaginous joints, synovial joints, hinge joints, ball and socket joints, pivot joints. I didn't get. They did ask me about the 3 types of muscles for the skeletal system, so they did ask me that. They asked me about flexors and extensors. They definitely did ask me about that. They did ask me about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. They asked me about the spine, sorry. They did ask me about that. So they asked me about the cervical region, thoracic region, lumbar, sacrum, coccyx. Like, they asked me about that. They did ask me about kidney function. They asked me about the urethra, the ureter, the functions of those, what empties into the bladder. So the ureter empties into the bladder because the ureter is connected to the kidney. They asked me about all of those. Let's see, what else did they ask me about? They asked me about the alimentary canal. They did ask me about the type of the muscle layers. They asked me about that. They did ask me about the ear. So they asked me about the malleus, the incus, and the stapes. They definitely asked me about that. For the ear, they asked me about the eye. So they asked about the sclera for me, which is the part of the eye that's white. They did ask me about chewing. So they asked me about the process of breaking down which carbohydrates. So of course it's amylase. Amylase is, you know, in the mouth. That's the begins the mechanical breakdown of the food. Amylase for that one. They did ask me questions about the skin. So I did get questions about Langerhans cells. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but they did ask me about the skin. They asked me about the eccrine glands, sebum. They did ask me about all of those. Let's see what else they asked me about. They asked me about the reproductive system, the processes with those. So the follicle stimulating hormone, LH. You want to make sure you know the hormones. Make sure you know the hormones. They asked me about spermatogenesis. I want to say it was spermatogenesis. They did ask me about the spermatogenesis. Yes. And they did ask me about the digestive system, what's included. I think they asked me specifically what's not included with the answer choices that they gave me, but they did ask me about what's included. Make sure you know your endocrine system hormones. You need to know LH, FSH. Like, you need to know what's in the anterior and what's in the posterior, how it works, like, you know, what it flows like with the body, everything. You want to know about the parathyroid hormone, thyroid hormone. You want to know about the parathyroid, the thyroid, and the hormones they secrete. Like, that's, you want to know all of that, how it functions. You want to make sure you really brush up on those, because those are questions. I think I took my test in maybe less than 2 hours. I think you're given 5 hours. I think I took it less than 2 hours. But really make sure you brush up on everything and you have an understanding of everything. You know your vocabulary, know your math, know your conversions, know all of it. If you have any questions or anything you want to know in specific, please don't hesitate to comment below, or I'm going to put my Instagram and my email. You could direct message me or email me. I'll see both on my phone, because of course I'm on my phone for the business. But please, good luck. Don't forget to comment below if you're taking your test later this year, and I'm going to be sending out my study mat to one lucky person. Good luck, future nurse babes. I'm going to come back and I'm going to let you know, you know, what happens, if I'm in, or so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Follow me on Instagram. Follow my business page on Instagram. Whatever your heart desires. Love you. Peace.